Hey YouTube, it's your boy Mizuki back in another video, and in today's video, I'll be discussing every recent piece of clout regarding the upcoming update 4, as well as the release of Fullbringers that will be coming along with it. I've noticed that Peroxide has been teasing us a lot lately. With the release of this new update, they've been dangling little pieces of the update literally day by day in front of our faces, adding some new little hidden features to the game to fuel our hunger. Literally in the past 3 days, we've received like 3 different teasers on this upcoming update, and I want to break down those 3 little teasers in today's video and discuss the future of this upcoming update. Also, y'all know me, before making this video, I've discussed this with the active members of the game, as well as the mods, and the content creators such as myself to solidify my point of view. I've also made time segments for this video, as usual, the first part being the background and basics, the second part being the obvious recent additions and what they signify, so basically the breakdown, and lastly, I'll cap off with a nice outro as usual. So now without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Now okay, most of y'all clicked on this video already knowing how dry Peroxide's been in the last couple of weeks. Like, we low-key haven't received a single update or a decent update ever since the launch of the Halloween one, which has been weeks at this point, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, it's literally been a minute. Now of course, update 4 has been estimated to be releasing this week, and to be more specific, the weekend. By YouTubers like myself, Elixo, and Just Kenshi, but what's happening? Well, I don't know for sure, but I think Peroxide's may be taking advantage of Thanksgiving break to drag out the release of this update and probably rally up a lot of players so that when the update does launch, everybody on the platform will be on and waiting, since they've been releasing teasers for the past couple of days, little by little. Obviously, with each day having us on the edge of our seats, so I have 2 theories here. Either they'll drop the update sometime tonight, this update, and or a random day throughout the following week, since obviously majority of the players are on break for the week. So Peroxide's chilling. With the background out of the way though, let's hop right into the teasers. Now, we've received 4 teasers in the past 3 days, the first one being the Fullbringer HQ. Now, in my opinion, the Fullbringer HQ, although being kind of the most important teaser, doesn't really spark that big of an interest in me. Although we can pull 2 things out of this little teaser. One, that it'll be the spawn base for any Fullbringer, meaning that it's going to be our quote-unquote little world, I guess. And 2, that's probably where we'll be seeing some Fullbringer NPCs and or where the Fullbringer quest boards are going to be at. Overall, it's just cool how Fullbringers are going to have a secret hideout of their own somewhere in Karakura. But now the next teaser was the Fullbringer sword, which basically gives us 2 things to work with. One, it's a weapon, therefore you can probably expect it to be part of the future Fullbringer abilities and or clan abilities or weapons if they actually go that far. And 2, a little dialogue, and the dialogue is pretty short. Basically all your character does is just talk about how it wasn't there before and that that's literally it. Obviously this little new feature signifies that there will probably be various weapons coming along with the new race, which is definitely something to be looking forward to, because obviously we low-key need as much content out here as possible for this coming update for it to last longer, obviously, you know. Now the second little teaser we've received was the chapter 4 of the Book of Bringers, and basically the chapter 4 summary talks about how when a connection between the human soul and a hollow happens, basically the human soul begins to receive powers of manipulating objects and etc. So here the first clue, obviously one of the first Fullbringer abilities might be the power of object manipulation, which seems very familiar, since basically most of the Fullbringers in the show have the ability to manipulate the spaces around them if y'all have watched the show, meaning that these techniques will be ones Peroxide has never seen before. It goes on to talk about how throughout all the years, there has been very limited amount of data collected on the matter, and how it's a real rare occurrence for this to happen in the first place. But this also takes away another good point, and with the addition of this new race, in order to receive it, we'll probably have to battle and or kill a lot of hollows as humans. And my boy Elixo, go check him out, he actually came out with a nice theory talking about how maybe the race is already secretly out, and maybe we just need to kill a certain amount of hollows, and that will trigger something inside of us as humans. You gotta be, I'm assuming you gotta be human race for this to actually work, because at this point, we really don't know. Peroxide has been acting pretty sus with their vague announcements and teasers lately, which actually brings me into my last point in the last teasers, that Peroxide has recently announced that it'll be coming out shortly. And I mean the update. But in their little announcement, they've said that it can be coming out tomorrow. And at the end, they said, or is it? This kind of gets me thinking, like, what if Peroxide just slowly trying to hint at the fact that the ability is already in the game and that it's really up to us to figure out how to achieve it, like Helixo mentioned. His theory goes hand in hand with this recent announcement. But yeah, this puzzle is pretty complicated, but all we can really do now is wait and see. I'm filming this in the morning of Sunday, so we'll see how it unfold later today. But on that note, like, sub, all the proper things, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.